We'll finish up at 2:10. Tomorrow will be Garrison and Leaky beginning at 2 p.m. Garrison Brooks and Leaky Black. Question, CL, go ahead.
Armando, this is unrelated to the game, but just something I'm trying to have fun with. What do you think of Coach Williams' sneaker game this season, breaking out all the different Jordan iterations?
I mean, yeah, it's crazy just seeing some of those shoes and just like, I mean, some of them it's kind of crazy to actually see them in person because like they're so rare. But I mean, he's the coach of North Carolina. I mean, we like the first Jordan school, so he got everything.
Kiera?
Hey Armando, I just want to know, how are you just making this experience the most for incoming freshmen? Of course, they won't get the fanfare of what Carolina Duke is all about with all the fans. So how are you guys just getting them kind of hyped for, college basketball's biggest rivalry?
I mean, I think they're kind of motivated by themselves just with them playing against all their peers. I mean, obviously we know all those guys, and I mean, it's Duke UNC. It's something you grew up watching as a kid, and I mean, it's just surreal just playing in that moment. But I mean, it'll be the same for us, but I mean, probably from the outside looking in, it'll definitely look a lot different though. But we fired up.
Andrew Jones, then Deanna.
Hey, Armando, what did you learn from Tuesday night at Clemson about the importance of being consistent and how to be a consistent player at this level?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's been on my mind. I mean, I honestly can't wait till Saturday just to go out there and just be able to just flush that game out of my head. I mean, I'm so ready. Obviously, I ain't play as well on Tuesday, but I mean, I'm ready for Saturday for sure.
Deanna, then Jared Fialco.
Armando, Matt Hurt's having a good year for Duke. What are some things that concerns you about Matt Hurt?
I wouldn't necessarily say anything concerns me, but I mean, him being such a good shooter and also being able to take it off the bounce, I mean, it's kind of tough just having to close out on him and just trying to decide if he's going to shoot it or drive it. So just trying to decipher between those two would definitely be tough for us. But I mean, I've been playing against Matt since like the 8th grade, so it'll be a fun battle.
Jared Fialco, followed by Greg Hall.
Armando, a lot's going to be made about the fact that this is the first game where both teams were unranked and seemingly forever and whatnot. From a player's perspective, does it still feel like Duke Carolina week? Does it still feel like in 2 days is going to be the game for y'all?
I mean, definitely. I mean, we know what's all at stake, just bragging rights for the fans and just like us just wanting to beat Duke. I mean, that never changes.
Greg Hall, then Todd Gibson.
Armando, after watching maybe film from Tuesday against Clemson, what do you kind of attribute the low scoring and low field goal attempts that you had against Clemson? Was it their defense? Was it what you were doing? What do you kind of?
I mean, I think it was a mixture of both. I mean, I thought they did a pretty good job of just not letting me get the ball, and then when I was getting it, just sending quick double teams. And obviously, my play's been up this year, so that's kind of something I got to get used to. But I would definitely say it's a mixture of both. I mean, me shooting one shot, that's kind of ridiculous. But, I mean, I would just say I'm just glad it happened, and it's just something for me to learn from, and definitely won't take any other game for granted.
Gibby, then Brendan.
Yes, Armando, with both teams not playing up to their usual standards, does that make it even more want for you guys to go out and put on a show to show the nation that, yes, this is still a great rivalry, and it always will be?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, especially just for me and all the other returning guys. I mean, just the way we lost last year. I mean, we definitely want to go out there and beat them. And I've never experienced beating Duke, so it's definitely something I want to be able to be a part of.
Hey, Armando, I just wanted to ask you, we asked Roy earlier about his earliest memories of the UNC Duke games, and obviously they're well before you were born, but just wondering what yours were growing up, if you had any sort of favorite moments or players in the rivalry that motivated you or anything.
I mean, like, I could go all the way back to, I'll say my first real time of me experiencing it and, like, actually remembering it being into it was probably the Austin Rivers shot. That was the first time I actually, like, remembered that was like the first game I could actually remember myself watching and really know what was going on.
Thank you.
Greg Barnes.
Hey, Armando, going back to your comments about Tuesday night, you mentioned kind of using that as a stepping stone moving forward. A lot of young guys, when they have that kind of game, it'll shake them a little bit. Do you feel like you're far enough along in your development that confidence-wise you can withstand a bad game like that and really use it to your advantage?
Yeah, I mean, definitely just I mean, I would say just since last year, I definitely built up a tolerance of just not caring. So, I mean, like that game is out of my head and it's just really just motivated me and kind of like just pissed me off for Saturday and I'm just ready to go.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All the hands are down. Got time? Greg Hall, go ahead.
And looking forward to Saturday, Armando. What do you need to do to prevent that from happening again on Tuesday? And looking at Duke's personnel, how do you think you match up with some of their big guys?
I mean, obviously Duke, they're not as deep in the inside as they've been in the past. So, I mean, just taking advantage of that, but just also just scoring off my bread and butter, just getting offensive rebounds, just scoring in different ways if I can't get the ball where I want to get it at and just staying aggressive.
CL, then Adam Smith.
Armando, why do you think that turnovers keep coming back as a problem you guys need to take care of?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you asked that. I mean, obviously turnovers, that's kind of been like the story of us. Like we cut a lot of those turnovers out. I mean, we'd definitely be looking at the season in a different way. But I mean, I would just say just probably just our aggressive nature. Like, and just I feel like a lot of us, we just try to make the home run play a lot of the times, even myself. So I feel like that we can attribute that to like a lot of the turnovers we make and things like that and just not being simple.
Adam Smith.
Armando, hey, you may have addressed this. I jumped on late, so I hope I'm not repeating anything. But is playing at Duke, is that the loudest place you go to? Like, is it the hardest to communicate there when that place is rocking? And have I know that the empty arenas are something that you guys have gotten used to, but have you thought about how weird it's going to be there Saturday, just with no students there and just the emptiness of it?
I mean, definitely. I mean, I can remember last year and just in the past, like I would say probably the three loudest arenas I ever been or played at, other than Carolina, would probably be definitely Gonzaga. I would say that was the craziest one we played at last year, and then Duke, and then VCU also. But I mean, and obviously all those gyms are a lot smaller, so like I would say the sound just travels a lot more. But I mean, with fans being not there, I mean, honestly, I don't think the fans play that big of a role just in this game specifically because, I mean, we're just so locked in and want to win. We're not worried about anything else. But, I mean, it'll definitely be a different feel, though, just, I mean, because you know how those games are, the lead up, college game day, the fans and seeing all the people and stuff like that. It'll definitely be just a different feeling, though, in a little bit.
I'm going to interject. Remember, too, Georgia Tech, Florida State, Iowa, and Clemson all had fans, cheerleaders, and band. So in those 4 road games, it wasn't really quiet. Now Saturday there'll be no band, no cheers, no fans at all. So it will be different. But in those 4 other places, we have had you have felt like you were on the road. Maybe it didn't look full.
Yeah,
a couple more questions, Vashti, then Kiera.
Hey Armando, you talked about last year and how you put it behind you, but you still remember it. You want to kind of get that get back. What have you told the freshmen to expect from this game, and maybe the level of intensity being taken up a notch?
I mean, just expect their best game. I mean, I thought last year for the first let's say 30, 32 minutes, that was probably the best game we put together besides Oregon last year. I mean, and I would say their last 6 minutes probably was the best 6 minutes they put together all year. But just expect a full game from both of us. I mean, obviously they're gonna give us our best game. We just gotta go give them they're gonna give us their best game, and we gotta give them our best game.
Last 2 questions. I got to get him out the door. Kiera, then Adam Smith again.
You on mute.
Kiera, can't hear you, Kiera.
Sorry. So whenever you're doing well, this team wins, do you feel that responsibility that, this is, a necessity for you to be consistent because it weighs on you almost?
Yeah, man, definitely. And especially just on Tuesday, I really noticed that the team is dependent on me. I got to go out there and perform. I can't afford to have a bad game anymore because, I mean, obviously my role has stepped up and I just got to do better. And I mean, that's something I was talking to my mom about too. And she let me know just as a game, I can't let that happen no more. And just basically I let my team down. But we get another opportunity on Saturday and it won't happen.
Last one, Adam.
I was going to ask something different, but what did your mom say?
I mean, she just texted me after the game and was like, yo, that was a funky game. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you. You let your team down. I mean, my mom is specifically hard on me, but I mean, that's why she's my mom, and she's very honest with me, and I respect that.
And that was funky, folks.
Funky, right? Can I ask what I was going to ask real quick? Or will
Yeah,
I
go
get in
ahead,
trouble?
quickly.
Armando, trying to guard, you were guarding Sims a lot the other night. Trying to keep up with him, do you see, as mobile of a big man as he was, do Matthew Hurt and Jalen Johnson sort of present that same challenge with Duke, guys that can play away from the basket and drive you and stuff like that?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of a challenge, but honestly, yeah, I mean, Tuesday, I mean, I couldn't guard anybody Tuesday. It was just a tough night for me offensively and defensively. But I mean, me, Dayron, and Garrison, we all got good feet. So, I mean, I don't think it's that much of a challenge. I mean, Matt Hurt being a shooter, though, that's definitely a little tough. And Jalen Johnson being so athletic, so it's kind of some similarities. But they kind of a little bit different from Amir Sims in ways, too.
Armando, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Remember, 2 p.m. tomorrow.